Hello, writers. So, if you subscribe to the WriterWorks University newsletter every month, or you're an apprentice and you've seen the cover design lesson, this will sound familiar, look familiar, right? But because I'm actually going through the process of doing cover research right now for How to Outline a Book's second edition, um, I just figured, you know what, I'll just show you what this kind of ended up looking like. So here are the 10 top books in that same niche as How to Outline a Book. And again, literally just in this order. This was number one, this was number two, blah, blah, blah. And so then I, have my table here where I did all okay, these are the colors, these are the fonts, blah, blah, blah. This is the images they use. And so at the top here is where I have kind of the summation of that. And you see where I counted off uh, how many of each there were to give me an idea of what would go at the top, which is our top one or two. So, for example, now this I don't usually use too much unless it's my first time doing a specific type of book in a particular niche or a particular genre. Because like in this case, I already have the title. Like that's it. I think it's How to Outline a Book fiction, right? But where this can be helpful is I can still try to incorporate some more popular words used in these titles into my subtitle and into my blurb, right? My book description. So it's still helpful to know that even if you're just, uh, you know, doing an additional or a new edition of the same book, it can be helpful to understand those things because, again, these will change over time. This book, the first version of this book came out, what is it, I guess 3 years ago now. And so things have changed since then, right? Quite a bit. So it's helpful to know and pay attention to that stuff still. The backgrounds, mostly black and white. The most prominent image, and again, you can kind of see this, is like a pen or a pencil. And so I just put that there, so on and so forth. So this is just what it looks like. It doesn't take a super long time. And you don't have to put see how I ported all the images in like to the document. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, if I don't know, you're in a hurry, but even if even me doing this and not take like some exorbitant amount of time, but then you just make your table with everything that you're going to be paying attention to, all these different elements, and then you just go through one by one, type it all in, and I even have the little summary down here, like, okay, well, here are the commonalities, and then you go from there. And again, this is not, as I've said in the lesson, right? Like this isn't, well, your book has to have these things. It's just because remember, the cover is all about blending in, but not enough to not be noticed, right? You want to stand out, but still look like you belong. And that's kind of the tricky part. So these are things that I'm just going to be using as a guideline for the updated version of the cover. And again, I can't see myself drastically changing the cover, but any adjustments that I do make, I'm going to try to keep these elements at top of mind as I'm making those adjustments, just to make sure that any changes that I make are going to be more likely to help me sell more books, as opposed to kind of going way off the beaten path to the point where, again, I look like I don't even belong in this mix of these like top 10 books, right? So that's kind of what that looks like. Again, all the major details and play by play are actually in the lesson. So enjoy that. But just while I was going through this process, I figured, we might as well kind of show you what this looks like so you can get an idea of how I do mine. Again, doesn't mean you have to do yours the exact same way, but feel free to take this and just kind of tweak it and customize it for your own purposes. All right, thanks.